Welcome to the front porch. My name's Kemper. It is November 9th, 2017. This is a show we call 3rd and 21. We do two things. Talk about college football, try to have a little bit of fun. So, to start the show up, first thing we're going to do is look back on week 10, go over some of the games there, and I think we need to start with Bedlam. 62-52 Oklahoma over Oklahoma State in regulation. There's no 4 overtime deal to get to that score. 10 touchdown passes between two really good quarterbacks. But as I was watching the game, I was like, man, are these offenses that good, or these boys need to practice tackling during the week? And it might be a little bit of both, but if you are a fan of basketball with pads, that was your kind of game. We had Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, Clemson, all were tested in their games, and all of them came through, and I think it was good for all 4 teams. Ohio State, after the big win against Penn State, came in and could not answer the bell against a very inspired Iowa team. And for the first time this season, Ohio State drops out of the KPI top 12. Let me tell you, Mark Richt's got them believing down in Miami, baby. Quality win over a good Virginia Tech team. TCU, for the 4th straight year, TCU beats the University of Texas. Last time that happened, 1935 to 1938, when old slinging Sammy Ball was a Horned Frog. So good times in Fort Worth. Hey, how about some surprises out there? What surprised me in week 10 was the total lack of interest displayed by the Florida Gators. I've never seen a team so disinterested in being somewhere as the Gators were Saturday in Columbia. I thought the Gators were going to come out mad. Yeah, our coach got fired. The season's gone the way it has. But boy, they came out and laid an egg. You're better than that, Florida. Come on now. Another one. How about this? Keep it in the SEC. 1-7 Coastal Carolina goes to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and is leading by 14 points in the 4th quarter. Now, Arkansas did what they're supposed to do, did what they had to do, and wound up pulling out a 39-38 victory, but that's way closer than what it should be in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So, let's look to the future. What we're going to do in this segment is take the KPI 12 through 7. We call it, So You're Saying There's a Chance. These teams here, all of them are quality teams, but they're going to need some help to move up into the top 4. So let's start it with number 12. And number 12 in the KPI is a team I really like. The old Michigan State Spartans. There is nobody, when I say nobody gets more out of his players than D'Antonio at Michigan State. He's everything you want in a football coach, and I like what they're doing in East Lansing. Okay, coming in at number 11. Don't look now. But Southern Cal is doing what Southern Cal does, and that's play their best football at the end of the year. Had a really good game in the desert against Arizona State, and I'm going to make a bold prediction on November 9th. Southern Cal represents the Pac-12 in the Rose Bowl. Number 10 in the country. Now listen, this one was a little surprising to me when the computer models kicked it out. Listen, only one loss. I can forgive a loss at Arizona State. Washington really has a nondescript out-of-conference schedule, so they've got a lot in front of them. The Apple Cup's coming up, probably the Pac-10 championship game, and so they still got a shot. You're saying there's a chance. Yes, I am. Now listen, next team. This team, of all the teams in the So You're Saying There's a Chance category, this team right here holds the destiny in their own hands. All they got to do is win out. Beat Georgia at home. Beat Alabama at home. Beat Georgia again in the SEC championship. And how are you going to hold them out? How are you going to hold them out of the playoffs? They make that run. So, look, we'll look at their two losses. At Clemson, 14-6, and at LSU, which is a loss that's looking better as the season goes along. And really, they should have won the game, 20-3 at halftime, but they didn't win. But everything's right in front of Auburn. You know, I'm not a guy who rags on a team who wins all the games that they play. But as I look through Wisconsin's schedule, I am hard-pressed to find a quality a better than average victory. Okay, maybe you can say the victory they had over Northwestern was quality. Florida Atlantic might be the best victory they had. I did watch Wisconsin this weekend when they played Indiana, and here's what I can tell you. Wisconsin's better than Indiana, but that's about it. Wisconsin has just what you expect, a humongous offensive line, good running back, quarterback that's not going to make mistakes, a salty enough defense, but I don't know who they are. I really don't know who Wisconsin is this far into the season. So, number 7, last on the you're saying there's a chance category, and it's a team I had when the computer models came out. I really almost superseded it and moved them up, but TCU. What I like about TCU is they are a team, a Big 12 team, that's committed to playing defense. They had a quality win against Texas, and we're going to see a lot more from TCU coming up this weekend. Hey, we're going to take our first quick break, and when we come back, we're going to do the top 6 and go to the ever-popular mailbag segment. Stick around. All right. Excellent. Count me in. Welcome back to 3rd and 21. This is a time where we sit around, we do two things. Talk about college football, try to have a little bit of fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little bit of fun. In this segment, we're going to run through the KPI top 6 and then go to the mailbag. So top 6, biggest mover this week in the KPI index across the board was the U. Huge game coming up this weekend, but when you go back and you look, this team has gotten better throughout the year. Mark Richt's got them rolling. Good things in Coral Gables going on right now. Number 5, first out of the top 4, Oklahoma. Listen, anytime you go and you beat your rival on the road, that's a solid deal. 62 points, outstanding. Little concerned about the 52 that was let up. Little concerned about the lack of a defensive rush. Little concerned about the defense in general. But they got Baker Mayfield, and Oklahoma, we'll see. Another playoff game this weekend. Not a whole bunch of shakeup. Don't want to give too much away. Not a bunch of shakeup in the top 4. Clemson. Hey, quality win against a very tough and good North Carolina State team. Every school has another team that just for whatever reason always gives them trouble. North Carolina State does that to Clemson. It's just always a difficult game. Number 3, sticking with Notre Dame. I tell you, Notre Dame played well against a better than what you think Wake Forest team. And if you go back, and I would suggest you do this, go back and look at Notre Dame's schedule, what they've done. They've had one hiccup against Georgia, 1-point loss at home, but they have played the best schedule of anybody in the KPI top 23, and they're really playing well. Another playoff game this weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. Number 2, sticking with the Georgia Bulldogs at number 2. Quality win over a very gritty South Carolina team. Impressive in every way. Now, that leaves Alabama as the number 1 team in the KPI. Here's what I don't get. When you use the analogy of, oh, they only beat their divisional rival by 14 points. Really? Now listen, I'm not saying, Alabama does not look like the Alabama teams last year, year before that. They just don't have that look. But you know what? They're still 8-0. They've still dominated every game that they played. And a new 30 for 30 came out, and it says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And woo! For right now, Alabama's still the man. So, we're super excited to say we have a title sponsor for the mailbag segment. It is ontheroadagain.cars.com. Ontheroadagain.cars.com. You looking for a quality used car? Looking for a fair price? You're looking for excellent service? ontheroadagain.cars.com. ontheroadagain.cars.com. Ask for Brandon. He's going to hook you up. Okay, let's go right to the mailbag. This is where you can write to me, and I will give my level best to give you a clear and concise answer on anything in college football. First up is Brent from Sandy Springs. Brent from Sandy Springs. Ask an NFL question. Brent, we call this show 3rd and 21. We do 2 things. We talk about college football. We try to have a little bit of fun. Thanks for watching. Next question. Next question is from Tiffany from Birmingham. Tiffany from Birmingham. Tiffany says, War Eagle, yes. What do you see for the rest of the season with Auburn, and is Gus on the hot seat? Hey, we talked about this. Auburn has everything right in front of them. They got 2 home games against number 1 and number 1, however you want to cut it down, number 1 and number 2. Then they'll face at least number 4 probably. So if you beat 1, 1, and 4, you're going to the playoffs. Everything's right in front of Auburn. But there seems to be a general malaise over the Plains right now. All the people I talk to with Auburn just have a general negative feeling right now with the whole football program. So I don't understand it, man. Your team's still in it. Come on, man. Is Gus on the hot seat? Not if he makes that run. Next question. Josh from Morgantown, West Virginia. Josh from Morgantown, West Virginia. Is Will Grier on your Heisman watch? Is Will Grier on my... No, he's not. But let me tell you, he's a terrific quarterback. And I will tell you this, the SEC East in particular, and the SEC in general, is very happy that he's playing quarterback for the Mountaineers and not the Gators, because he is terrific. Maybe early next year he can get in on some Heisman watch, but tell you what, I believe that Baker Mayfield will be holding that trophy up far and away. I don't think it's even close with anybody else. I love at Stanford. Barkley at Penn State's a terrific player, fun to watch. But no, Baker Mayfield will be holding that trophy up at the end of the year. So that's the mailbag. Get in touch with me, write me a question, and I will do my level best to give you a clear and concise answer on anything college football. We're going to take a quick break. Look forward to next week. Stick around. Count me in. Welcome back to 3rd and 21. My name's Kemper. We do 2 things. We talk about college football, try to have a little bit of fun. What we're going to do now is look forward to this coming up week. And I'm going to start right up top with Alabama. What I say is danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Alabama has 4 linebackers, not that are hurt, 4 linebackers that are out. Okay? Mississippi State has a Tim Tebow, Dak Prescott quarterback. His name is Nick Fitzgerald, and he's outstanding. Who's not afraid to turn it up. He's big, he's strong. Going up against a depleted linebacker core, danger, Will Robinson. Georgia and Auburn. If you're not familiar with this series, you should be, because it is the oldest rivalry in the Deep South. It is a series that has more twists and turns and 4th down conversions for wins than any rivalry that I know of. It is outstanding, and you know why we have 4 teams in the playoffs? You know why 4 is the right number? Because this is a playoff game. This is a playoff game, not necessarily for Georgia, but it is for Auburn. So watch that one. It's going to be hard-hitting, physical, fun game to watch. Hey, Notre Dame versus Miami. Outstanding game coming up. The old Catholics versus convicts. I believe, because of the schedule that Notre Dame plays, the defense that Notre Dame plays, Notre Dame's going to win this game and win it handily. But it is going to be an outstanding atmosphere. Hey, Clemson. We can talk right about Clemson, because at the beginning of the year, this is a date we circled, Clemson versus Florida State. This is going to be for all the marbles in this division anyway. Florida State's had the year they've had, so it takes a little luster off of it, but they're still talented. Be careful, Clemson. They're still talented. Oklahoma versus TCU. Why do we have 4 teams in the playoffs? Because this is a playoff game. TCU at Oklahoma is going to be an outstanding game to watch. It's going to be fun. Outside of the top 6 here, I'm very interested in watching how Ohio State comes back out. I believe Urban Meyer will have his team ready to play their best against a scrappy Michigan State team. So that would be that'd be one to keep your eye on as well. So, hey, listen, if you want to get in here, you want to talk about your top 6, your top 12, even if you don't got a computer model, let me know. Love to have you on the show. You want to talk about your team? Would love that too. So this is a show we call 3rd and 21. We talk about college football. We try to have a little bit of fun. We'll see you next week.